good to me.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's do this shit.
Let's do this.
Where are
shit.
we looking?
Right
there.
with the little.
Mickey
area.
Mouse.
Okay,
Yeah.
got it. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. No, but I want to explain my shot.
Oh, please.
yeah.
Absolutely.
Are we rolling?
Yeah, we're rolling
yeah,
now.
yeah.
We're rolling.
All right. So, in honor of Baby Boo's birthday,
Hey.
this is my baby boo, Fernando Nando. I am the queen of Jello shots. So I decided to make, as he knows, I love tequila. So strawberry margarita Jello shot with little tahini on top. But trust, this will be the best Jello shot you've ever had in your life.
Yeah.
I believe so.
All right. Happy
Cheers.
birthday!
Happy birthday!
Cheers.
Cheers.
Tell me that's not fucking delicious.
Holy crap.
Tahini brings it together.
Wow. That's damn good.
Oh yeah. Get over here.
Get it off. Get it in there.
Get over here.
All right. Well,
Hello.
welcome to
Run it back. Run
Yeah.
it back.
G.
welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the podcast where we pull back the curtain, give you some insight on what goes on in the scenes of your favorite bar and restaurant. We like to call that the industry perspective.
Sprinkle it on. Sprinkle. Yeah.
Sprinkle a little bit on.
Yeah. And to our Apple and Spotify listeners and Spotify YouTube watchers, what's up, motherfuckers?
And huzzah, bitches. No, that's all I got.
Complete opposite. That's our opening tag.
Yeah.
I love it.
So
Yeah, we kind of feel like it kind of breaks the ice for people who think like, oh, do I need to censor myself when I come up here? It's like, nah, not at all.
No, that's my favorite.
Yeah, now we come out swinging,
Set the tone.
come out
Let's
swinging.
fucking go.
hell yeah. Woo, woo.
Do you want to introduce our wonderful guests here?
Yeah. So we are so humbled to have our guests on tonight. We've been trying to have them on for years now. And finally, we were able to set the schedule up. She is a legend, especially if you're in the LA area and even not in the LA area. Like, check the resume. I mean, when I met her, she was the beverage director for the Tao Group area in Hollywood and was just bossing it up, like, for real. You know how sometimes you see someone for the first time, you're just like, oh, like, you better pay attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the moment she walked into the bar, I was like, okay, I need to really watch what I say.
It makes you sit up straight.
Yo, for real.
Straight on
Like,
your back.
you see how we're all sitting up
Yeah,
right
bro,
now?
it's like,
yeah,
oh,
exactly.
We got to impress mama.
We are, as I said, so humbled to have the wonderful Cari on the show tonight. So thank you for coming.
They do call me the Tiger Mom of LA.
There you go. I feel like we're about to go to a boxing match.
Yeah, right.
August 18th. I'll see you there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for coming on.
Thank you so
Oh,
much.
thank you so
for
much for
joining us.
having me. I mean, the second that you started doing this, when I met Fernando, he was a bartender at one of the bars that I was like a director of at Beauty and Essex.
Take
in
us back.
Hollywood.
Take us back.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I was like, this guy is actually like, he's very hospitable. I was just so impressed with how he dealt with, I mean, we didn't have the easiest guests being that we were in Hollywood.
Yeah.
But he just always had a smile on his face and was always so nice, always so hospitable. And those are the people that I tend to like be like, you're mine, you're mine, you're mine. I like collect people. Like collecting Pokemons, I collect them.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. Like the ones who I see have like that raw talent and that actual heart for hospitality,
Hell yeah.
they mean a lot to me. So as soon as I saw him behind the bar, I was like, took a special interest. Who are you? What are you doing? What do you want to do? Like, let's go. So I'm really, really grateful. And just proud of you for having this whole situation now
Thank
where
you.
you're just like giving our industry a voice where we need
Oh,
it
yeah.
and people in our industry a voice where they need it. So
Thank you.
it's incredible.
Thank you so much
Thank
for that.
you.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
I also
Yes.
Yeah.
Barkbacks.
The bark
brought
backs.
bark You are full of it today. Oh,
He's
paw tender
bartender.
Bartenders.
What was the
and bark backs.
Oh, they probably drink our for all spritzes.
These are my babies, Maki and Bubble. They are bar dogs.
Yes.
If you ever see them in your bar, just know they will be very, very good customers and they tip very well.
Yeah.
But they will sit here like this for the whole time.
So elegant. I love it.
Class.
Also, men, they are for rent. If you want to pick up chicks, the automatic chick magnets. Just have them at the bar like this and stand next to them.
There you go. Like
you
a proud
go.
papa. So let's give everyone a little bit of a background because we have listeners and watchers who are outside of the area or who have never worked within hospitality. Like we've kind of gone the opposite way of this podcast as far as we've gotten more guest focused or guest people who watch the show than people who are actually in the service industry.
Well,
And
I feel like it's
starting
more
to flip.
interesting for people who are not in the service industry.
Right,
you know?
right.
You know, like to hear all the shit that happens, like
Yeah.
to us every day,
Yeah.
and how
Perspective.
we fucking deal with it,
Yeah.
or like what our opinion is. So,
Yeah.
hi, I'm Cari. I have been in this industry for about 20 years now. This was not my first career, but I did have a job when I was 21 working in a club.
Hey.
So I was a club bartender,
Okay.
like when I first started. And that was like, I don't want to give away my age, but long, long, long ago when everything was in the cup like this.
Oh,
You know,
okay.
like the martini days where it's like chocolate martini, chocolate drop martini. Everything was liqueur.
Appletini.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the whole classic cocktail thing had not happened yet.
Oh.
So I did that just to make money and to have fun when I was like 21. And then when I graduated, I was in a whole different like industry. I was in finance. You know, I like did the proper Asian thing and like was in investment banking and bop, 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 bop.
Yeah.
And I just hated it. It was like making like rich people richer and it was very soulless.
Yeah.
So I quit that industry and then I decided, oh, maybe fashion would be fun, but fashion and finance, like, but I want to do finance and fashion. So I was a merchandiser for a long time, but compared to finance, fashion people, it's a bit of a intelligence difference. I don't want to, I'm not saying all people in fashion are dumb, but like the people that I worked with happened to be like not the most. So
Yeah.
I was I'm a very impatient person. So if you can't be on your shit, then I can't be on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I quit that, and then I was like, all right, well, maybe I'll get a PhD. And so I was trying to decide what PhD program to get. I was like, what was the last job I had that I just like didn't fucking care and had a really great time? And that was when I was working in the club as a bartender.
Hell yeah.
So I was like,
Yeah.
let me find a job as a bartender while I'm applying to all of these PhD programs, blah, 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 blah. It just happened to be lightning in a bottle the time that craft cocktails just started in LA.
Interesting.
So that was a totally different type of bartending that I never experienced before. And I just fell in love with it. Like, I happen to be uniquely like suited for the hospitality industry. I am a middle child. I have the typical Korean middle child syndrome where you just want to please everybody. So I feel like, you know, I'm uniquely like suited for this hospitality industry. And, you know, creating cocktails and doing it in this like very, very pristine way was like, you know, precise, bop, 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 bop. That really is like suits my like analytical side, but then the creative side of actually creating cocktails and then also pleasing people. It just
Yeah.
kind of all came together in this perfect storm. And I just never went to get a PhD. I just stayed in hospitality.
Wow.
Yeah, so 20 years later, been working bartender, bar manager, bar director. Then I was consulting on at bars, and now I own a bar in San Francisco. I'm a partner in a bar in San Francisco.
Nice.
Wow.
Shout out to Bar Maritime in the
Hell
Palace
yeah.
Hotel in Union Square in San
Okay.
Francisco.
Hell yeah.
Right. Yeah, we
But
got to
yeah,
go there.
so I've really done the whole like career gamut.
Yeah.
But the biggest part of my passion is hospitality and what that actually means. Because the definition has come and go and ebb and flowed and lost. Especially, we've had a really hard time, pandemic and pop, 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 pop. So the whole idea of hospitality has changed. So I'm really committed to spending my life operating, training, and teaching bartenders like what true hospitality really is.
Man,
Wow.
that's
Sorry,
awesome.
that was really long.
No, that was
No,
perfect.
that's
That's perfect.
20 years in the game, your resume is going to be
Extensive.
expensive as hell.
And I just have like mad follow-ups. Like, I mean, starting from the end and going backwards, like, what does hospitality mean for you, like right now, and what you're seeing or what you think it should be? Because you said it's like gone through waves.
So I feel like this is kind of in my head. There was hospitality, and then bartenders kind of became like when the first craft cocktail swing started. I'm going to say like 2006, 7.
Okay.
Bartenders became the main show.
Yeah.
Right? So you had places where you would go and you have to wait 20 minutes for your cocktail while they hand carve your ice and like pop, 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 mix
Wow.
it. But
Yeah.
their whole idea was like, you're watching me. So watch me. Watch me do this for you.
Yeah.
And people were happy to do that because it was a new thing.
Yeah.
Because they were getting something new. Like that was handcrafted and delicious and balanced and pop, 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 pop. But then the pendulum swung a little bit too far where it became like the bartender behind the bar is the one that matters. No. In our game, it's never the people behind the bar that matter. It's our guests that matter.
Yeah.
So for me, true hospitality, I practice what I call proactive, anticipatory hospitality. So instead of being reactive, like your guest needs to flag you down, can I get a water? Can I get a this? Can I get a that? Da, da, ba, ba, ba. You are already there before they know that they want it. So I can be on this side of the bar making a drink and hear a fork drop over there. And I'm going to be there with a new fork before they have to wave me down and ask for another one.
Yeah.
If I see waters at half level, like I want to be there with the water so nobody has to ask for it. People, especially with like the price increases they said, going out is very expensive.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
It really is.
So when you as a customer have to work hard when you're out at a place, and when I say work hard, I mean like flag down for every single thing that you need as a guest. And I've done that before. I've been at places where I've had to do that. At the end of the night, I'm exhausted. And also I feel like an asshole. And I know that the server fucking hates me and maybe spit in my food. I don't know. But
I think
but
that's extra. They charge extra for that.
if they had been there with everything before I even asked for it,
Right.
how much more of a wonderful experience would that be for me as a guest? And why would I not want to go back to a place where I felt taken care of?
Yeah.
So at any bars that I've ever worked at, that's kind of the hospitality that I go for. That's the hospitality I train. Proactive, not reactive.
Right.
Anticipatory.
Yeah.
Like, give your guests everything they want and everything they need before they even know they want or need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then actually your life is much easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You don't
Yeah.
get complaints. You don't get people fucking bitching at you. Like,
Yeah.
it's way better.
Yeah. Proactive, anticipatory
Anticipatory.
hospitality.
Yeah.
Or as we like to call it, the pause system.
Tell me about that. That was good. All night long, baby.
Ah.
Give it to me. Yeah.
No, I definitely agree with that because I'm the bar lead a lot of times, especially on like Saturday nights at my bar, and I try to remind like my bartenders that like my coworkers before I leave, because usually I have to do like little pre-shift shots and like give them a speech before I leave, and like try to tell them like, hey, because of like the restaurant that we're at, that like people have been anticipating this night all week. Like they got babysitters, they took time off, they've been saving money. Like this is like the night they're gonna do it big. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna do this and then they're gonna go to a play or a show, or like they're about to go to a lounge, but like this is like that stop. And like, yes, sometimes they may be annoying and ask you a bunch of questions or whatever, but we have to keep in mind that this is a big part of their week for them for whatever reason.
They've planned it.
Yeah.
They've like scheduled it. They made reservations. Like they don't know.
Got
They
ready,
don't live this
dressed
life
up.
every day.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this for them is a very big deal.
Yeah.
So why should we not, like, if they're spending their hard-earned money
Yeah.
in our establishments, give them everything and anything that they could possibly want, like within reason, before they even have to ask for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we all know what we want as human beings, right? When I go out, I expect a certain level of service.
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to flag fucking down every time my water gets a bit low. I don't want to have to ask for a fork, like, if I don't have any silverware. Like,
Right.
it's just like a common sense stuff, you
Right.
know? It's not
Yeah.
hard to think about. You just have to think about it.
Yeah.
Right.
1000%.
I think a lot of times we lose ourselves in the job code, as we've said. Like,
Yeah.
So you forget that when you're clocked in, that you're supposed to be the server, bartender, host, whatever job it is you're doing. You're supposed to be that version that you would want if you were sitting at that table.
And also,
sitting at
every
the bar.
customer is a blank slate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that's the thing. I get it. After the 20th customer, that's difficult. You're kind of like,
Yeah.
but, you know, I try to really remember, like, every single customer that comes, they don't know who came before, and they actually don't fucking care about what I've been through
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah.
They're here for their experience, so they should get fresh hospitality every time.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So reset.
Like an etch a sketch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shake myself up.
Yeah. Yeah, shake it off, man.
Hi. Welcome.
Gotta shake it off. Gotta shake it off.
What was your other questions that you had?
Sorry, I got so lost in that
Yeah.
one. I forgot.
You said you were starting
There
back
and going back. Well, I wanted to also ask if you would like talk about like how you break down creating a cocktail. I think that's, I mean, like, you know, we've all done it at different points, but I've never made a whole menu. And so like, I think it's interesting to hear like kind of like how you approach creating a cocktail for a specific place.
So I think it's very important to remember wherever you're working at, it's not about what you actually like, but
Yeah.
what your guests would like.
Yep,
And in
that's
my
important.
younger bartender career, I was not the best at that. So, you know, over time, I realized like time and place for everything, you
Yeah.
know, like if you're at just like a turn and burn, like fast is better, like just something sweet, yummy, like let's go like quaffable, totally. That's
Bless you.
very different than if you're in a very craft cocktail where there's like people who really, really, really want to know about every single process and what ingredients and like, did you home make it and ba 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 ba.
Yeah.
So first of all, figure out your target and then adjust. So that's number one idea. And then number two idea is like, all right, then we want to kind of have like a round cocktail menu where you have things for people who like shaken and refreshing or brown or, you know, like boozy and stirred and like tall and, you know, whatever highball type things where
Yeah.
it's just like crushable. And then you kind of try to make a menu that's like very balanced in that sense. And then drill down more to the cocktail itself.
Right.
And you want something that, I mean, at least for us, for like people who really do care about the craft, balance, very important to me. Just like food has balance of flavor, cocktails have balance of flavor.
Yeah.
So even if it's a dessert cocktail and it's a sweet cocktail, you still want balance so that
Right.
it's not overly this or that or whatever. And then, if it's like a savory cocktail, you don't want to be too one way or the other. Balance is super, super, super important.
You hear that, guys? Balance. They have to be balanced.
Balance.
Yeah.
Not supposed to taste the alcohol unless it's booze forward cocktail.
Balance.
We get that a lot.
But also, I am not a person who believes that you can just substitute any alcohol for anything. So when I create cocktails, especially as a bar director, bar manager, when you talk to brands and they want to I don't know if people know this, but brands do get on the menu with, support.
Right.
So
Yeah.
we make deals as bar managers, as bar directors, if you're worth your salt,
Yeah.
with brands to actually be on the menu. And I will never, ever, ever just sub out this is a whiskey. So when I create cocktails, I make the deals with the brands first as a bar director, and then I honor that. So I will create the cocktail around the flavor profile of that specific spirit. So when let's say I make it around a specific bourbon, if another bourbon comes in and it's like, can you just make this one but with my brand?
Right.
Absolutely not. Because it was designed for this specific brand.
Yeah.
So any bar managers or bar directors out there, I don't know, I know a lot of people do the subs and yeah, whatever you want. But for me, it's really important to really celebrate the spirit, because spirits are the background or the backbone of what we do. And distillers put so much love and care and time and talent into making their particular spirit. We need to really honor and celebrate that. And to me, that's the integrity that I actually really try to hold up.
It's the same thing when chefs create a menu.
100%.
1,000%. Yeah.
Like, oh, can I get this, but without the shallot? It's like, no, it's made that specific way because that's exactly it. Everything goes together in a way to create balance. When you start taking things out, it's like, well, just pick something else at that point.
It's not Burger King.
It's not. You can't have it your way.
Not
The
having your
customer is
way.
not
No,
always
no, no, no.
right. The customer is not always right.
Not always.
That's another thing, though. I am not a big believer in bartender's choice. Because
I was going to ask that next. Oh my God.
yeah, no,
Yes.
I've been at bars where when I was a young bartender and I worked at bars where I could do bartender's choice, I wilded out. I was like, chartreuse, all the most expensive things, yum, yum, yum. And the cocktail probably was 70% poor cost, And I was charged $14, So if you're in the actual management position and you're trying to control your costs and all of that, bartender choice is not a thing. There's no way.
Yeah. No, because we get that all the time where a guest comes, it's like, oh, well, just make me what you like, or what do you think is good?
And I'm like, this is the menu. This is what I like. That's why it's on the menu.
It's on the menu. And also, I don't know your flavor profile. I don't know what you like. And I'm going to go over here and make this mezcal old fashioned that I like. And then you're going to tell me it's too smoky or it's too booze forward. And it's like, well, that's why we have a menu for you to
said
choose
what
from.
I like.
Yeah.
That's what I like.
Yeah. So
What is the wildest order that you've ever gotten at your bars?
Virgin Moscow Mule. You just want ginger beer and lime then?
try a virgin old fashioned.
I was going to say
Virgin, oh my God.
virgin
Yeah.
old fashioned.
Yeah.
Virgin Manhattan.
Non-alcoholic old fashioned before
They were non-alcoholic.
there were
spirits.
non-alcoholic spirits.
No. And then
I didn't know what to do. I was really stuck.
the server literally punched it in. And I'm on production and the ticket comes up and I'm just like,
What did you serve?
oh no, I got the server and I just came over there and tried to calmly explain to them how dumb they were. But
I had a person order at the bar and I just gave them a Coca-Cola. I didn't know what to do. There's no
Good old fashioned Coca-Cola.
yeah.
bitters have alcohol.
Yeah.
What do you want? A cup of sugar?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a sugar cube.
Here's a
and cup.
Coca-Cola from 1885.
Right? I was like,
Old fashioned.
yeah.
There you go.
I didn't know, but that was wild. But that's why I love this like whole new wave of like non-alcoholic spirits. I didn't understand it when it first came out,
Yeah.
and now I totally do.
They have a place for instances like that. but
100%.
When you don't have those and people will just make certain requests, it's like, well,
I'm
it
not a
can-
juice bar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Not a
yeah.
miracle worker either.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Like before the non-alcoholic spirits, where you could actually have depth of flavor in a non-alcoholic drink and layer and do things that were like very interesting. It's just like mixing juices, like
Yeah.
a juice bar.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Actually, the craziest cocktail orders that I've gotten is like a 1942 margarita. So you're gonna pay that much, and then I'm gonna hand it to you, and then you're gonna say, "Well, I can't taste the alcohol." I'm like,
Douche tax.
Yeah. It's not.
Do you know about the douche tax?
"The douche tag?"
No.
no.
Do you?
Have you ever worked in Hollywood? Oh, you don't know about the
Yeah. We worked at Beauty and Essex together.
Yeah.
So, my favorite thing is whenever I price menu, and this is like me being shitty. This is
Lean in.
the only part of the shitty. Like, I'm very hospitable, but this is.
But also,
I'm not trying to be
Now,
judgmental.
now you know where I get it from.
But I will price things like with a bit of a douche or bro
Yeah.
or like shitty tax.
Yeah.
So you know when you get those orders.
Yeah.
yep.
Okay. Can I call out brands? I don't even.
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah,
We don't have any sponsors.
Yeah, we don't have any
No
sponsors.
sponsor. Oh, if you want to sponsor
On the
this
string.
amazing podcast, you fucking should.
Yeah.
On the string.
Thanks.
But like, you know, when people are like, "Oh, can I get a Casamigos soda?" and then you're like, "I
Yeah.
don't have Casamigos."
You
All right,
need a
well,
soda and soda.
can I get a Tito's and soda? I'm like, that's not even the same thing, dude. They clearly don't care about
Right.
what they're drinking.
Yeah.
It's just like the
It's a
name.
name.
It just sounds.
So yeah, sorry, I'm gonna like upcharge. I'm gonna charge a little bit more on the Casamigos and the Tito's than I would for other. You know, like it's not like the proper percentage. Fine, whatever. We call that the douche tax.
Yeah.
If you're gonna order Clase Azul,
Yeah. Yep.
you get the douche tax.
Yeah.
And you know what? I don't give a fuck because you don't give a fuck. So
Clearly
why
you
should
don't.
I? You
I mean-
clearly just want what you want because you know the name.
Yeah.
And because it's comfortable. So that's fine. Like if you drink it, you don't love life. That's
We call it Casamigos around here.
Casamigos.
if you don't love life, you don't love life. That's fine.
It is what it is. Well, he has to deal with that a lot because you don't even have Casamigos in your
But he's got
establishment.
Clase.
So people will say,
We tried. Remember we tried? I tried to not have Casamigos.
oh
or
yeah, I remember
Tito's
that. When we were at
Really?
Beauty.
At Beauty.
For how long? Like a week?
Not that long.
The higher ups were like, "What are you doing?" Also, then I felt bad because it was too much of a battle for my
Yeah.
bartenders to
Yeah.
have
Yeah,
to be like,
it
"We don't
really was
carry
rough.
this."
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like I was like, "Fuck this!" Like we're in Hollywood, like we're not a craft cocktail bar. Let's just
Yeah.
fucking.
We're going
go.
to get what we're going to get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Let
that,
me,
that's
let me take
adjusting.
your money and I will charge you a douche tax.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's adjusting to like the environment, the neighborhood.
Cheers
some-
to that.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cheers to
Always,
that.
always.
Yep.
Customer first.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers. Cheers.
But some places, some bar owners or whatever won't accommodate, and it'll just create a more stressful environment. So when you have, you know, owners that hire the right people, be like, okay, you know what? If people are asking for this much, and it's creating a hassle, then all right, we'll put it there. So
But isn't that the thing, like when you're in your young bartending years as a craft person, you're like so sticking to your guns. Like I'm only gonna have,
Yeah.
you know, like this and this and this. I was like that when I was young. Definitely, I was like, oh, we don't carry this, we don't carry that. But
We're better than that.
yeah, now
You
I'm
find
kind of
out
like,
you're not.
monies is monies.
yeah.
yeah, money is money.
Yeah.
Monies is monies.
We'll
So-
shake for tips.
Yeah.
I don't care.
No, really, it's going from being a bartender to being a manager to being a director to being an owner. It's like a whole different game. As an owner, you're like, I don't give a fuck. Whatever people want, just fucking give it.
Right.
You know, like,
Yeah.
and you're like counting napkins and straws and
Yeah.
like to-go containers and like all of these things that you don't have to think about as a bartender.
Yeah.
Right.
That's why as a bartender, when I was like bartender choice, let me grab all the most like whatever things, and then as a bar owner, you're like, holy fucking shit, that's like all my money down the drain.
Right.
As a bar
Right.
manager, I was like, you're splashing out of the jigger.
Right.
Everyone else every time that you pour, you know.
Yeah.
And as a bar director, same thing across the board, but it's just like kind of like bottles we're losing and da, da,
Yeah.
da, da. And then as an owner, you're like, oh my god, every single thing.
Yeah.
Everything
Every
costs money.
single-
Yeah.
Don't let that faucet run.
Breakages.
You're right.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Close the
for
walk-in.
real. Why do you not shut? Like, why do you not make sure that the low boys are shut? Like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's wild.
It's always easier to spend someone else's money.
Oh yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Absolutely.
Leave that
I
faucet
don't care how
on.
much that.
Yeah.
They
I
got
mean,
money.
you kill all my eyes by letting the faucet run for like the whole time I'm trying to clean up.
Oh
Yeah.
God.
Breaking glass because you're being careless with it.
Yeah.
Breaking bottles because you want to learn flair.
Oh god.
I remember
Not flair.
when me and him worked in Phoenix. We worked with a bartender. Bless his heart, man. He was trying so hard to be a flair tender. It was bad.
Bless his heart.
Bless your heart.
It's just it was bad because he just wanted to be a flair tender so badly that he wanted to start like throwing things in the air before he learned how to catch them well. Because he was like, I used to be a wide receiver in high school. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, you can tell us that story, but I've never seen the tape.
Yeah.
All I've seen is you
It was,
butterfly.
it was that lucky strike, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
forget about popping.
Bless his
bottles.
heart
So-
indeed.
Popping bottles.
It was in the right place, but it's
It
like,
was.
dude, come
His heart
on.
was in the right place.
It was in the right place.
Yeah, it
Bless
just
his
it's
heart
like,
indeed.
yeah.
Oh,
Like
man.
once you break the first bottle, it's like, all right, I should just practice this at home.
Yeah.
Not at work.
With
Yeah.
plastic bottles.
Plastic bottles.
Plastic bottles.
My own bottles.
Yes.
Maybe. Shit.
And if you really want to create the environment, turn the lights down low, get your wife to throw some streamers in your face, something,
Oh,
put the
shit.
music on, and
Yeah.
just
That's
flare to
special,
your
man.
heart's content.
Yeah.
Come on, baby, I need you to help me with my flare.
Baby, what you doing tonight?
But I am curious about this because I haven't been actively like full shifts behind the bar for a long time because I've been like management, director, pop, 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 pop. So, what do you guys see as a trend or people asking for, or what's kind of like the direction of bartending right now? Like on the ground floor of like you are behind the sticks, like
I think I think craft cocktails seem to be a little bit more on the down my bad. On the downward trend a little bit, but they're still there. Espresso martinis are the
is that
biggest.
your number one most requested cocktail?
I think across any bar I've been in
Yeah.
the last
Can we
2
fucking
years.
talk about this fucking drink?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's go. Let's talk about
Let's
it.
talk about it.
She has things to say.
Question:
Yes.
do you pull fresh espresso shots for
Every per order.
per order?
Yeah, it's taxing, but yes.
Does your
No, we use a cold brew.
and
Same. We do a cold brew, but it's also a mixture of other stuff as well. Like it's a batch.
tell me what I'm not a coffee drinker, so maybe that's why
Nor
I
am
don't
I.
get it.
Me
Yeah.
either.
But I just don't drink coffee. It's never been a thing.
I can speak to it as an espresso martini fan. No, I think for me, I would get sleepy if I'm starting to drink at like 9 p.m. and I'm going out by like 12 o'clock, especially because I used to drink mostly bourbon. Bourbon makes me
Oh,
sleepy.
yeah.
And then so when I want to say I discovered it right before the pandemic, maybe, or right in the middle of it. And then I discovered it and I was like, oh, okay. I don't drink coffee. I'm not like a coffee drinker.
That's
but
what I'm saying. Do you drink coffee in the morning?
no, I don't. I don't drink coffee, but like it tastes pretty good to me. The mixture of the Kahlua with the espresso and the vodka, and not chocolatey, but yeah, somewhere between coffee and chocolate was like the flavored notes that I got at the restaurant that I was starting to really get into espresso martinis with, and Yeah, and so it gave me energy to actually kind of stay up and go through the rest of my night of just like kicking it with the homies. And then I think
Which espresso-tinis.
espresso teas, baby. Pass that hookah. And then hookah and espresso
It's
martini.
like a whole nother.
She just judged the fuck out of me. And so yeah, so that's when I first started to see, I want to say in the middle of the pandemic, and then I want to say a year later when things started opening back up, every bar and restaurant had their version of an espresso martini.
Wait, you discovered espresso martinis in the middle of pandemic?
Yeah, I didn't see them in bars or on menus at all until after the pandemic.
Wait, so the first espresso martini you ever had, was it you watching YouTube or like an Instagram and then trying to make it at home?
Oh no, it was this Lebanese Mediterranean restaurant that like is close by me, and I just was going there with some friends, and they had an espresso martini. I was like, oh okay, let me try it. This was right before the pandemic, like maybe 6 months, and then I tried it and I was like, oh, this is really good, and I have energy. At the time, I didn't realize that 4 of them was a bad idea and would keep me up until 5 a.m. Learned that.
Did they pull fresh espresso for it?
I think at the time they did, but then later on they got cheaper and lazier about it. And the quality of it went down. But originally, yeah. So I didn't discover it until like 2019, and then I feel like I didn't hear other restaurants or bars having them much or talking about them much. And then I want to say when I saw things open back up, every bar had it on the menu, some version of it. So
What is your, if you don't mind me asking,
Yeah.
what is, as a mixologist, bartender,
Mixologist.
what is
Mixologist, Rob.
your
Not the hair
personal
flip.
favorite spec for an espresso martini?
Okay, so I learned it once and then I forgot it because there is an horchata espresso martini that was really fucking delicious called Cane and Coffee at the Semi-Tropic.
Semi-tropic, Echo
What-
Park,
what?
boop, boop.
Whoop whoop. But they recently took it off their menu. They had it on for like
Just one boop for you.
one boop. No, literally, I
No,
saw
negative, I just took up.
you took
All
the boop back.
boops. The boops
All
back.
boops back.
You have been unbooped.
I've seen them change their menu like 3 or 4 times, and they kept that drink on. And then the last time I went there, like maybe 2 months
Wait,
ago,
it was a horchata espresso martini.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
it was really, really good.
I'm intrigued.
I don't even like coffee, and it sounds
I
good.
tried
I
it.
wouldn't
Like,
drink
I
it,
like
but I would
horchata.
enjoy it.
Yeah,
I don't like coffee.
it's
I'd
really
straw
good.
test it.
No, it's really
straw
good.
test.
I would take a sip.
Yeah, just take a
I
sip,
would
see
make
where
my
it's at.
friend. I would make you order it, and then I would. Take a sip.
That's fair.
That's usually what I use him for. You order this cocktail. I'm gonna get tequila neat, and then I'm just gonna like take a sip.
I just want to see where it's at.
Yeah.
I wrote the specs down somewhere in my notes, and I'll look it up. But other than that, like in my restaurant, it's literally 1 ounce of vodka, 1 ounce of Kahlua, and then a double shot of espresso, and then shake the shit out of it because you motherfuckers that have espresso martinis and don't have foam in your fucking espresso martini,
The frothy froth.
fuck off. You know
Need
who
the
you
frothy
are.
Froth.
Yeah.
Prank.
Wow.
Sorry.
Wow.
Wait, you're talking about the bar?
Yes, dude.
Oh, it's so funny. I just had
It's just
customers
literally
in here that frequent that place.
No,
dog.
but because when you put the beans on top,
It looks like doo-doo water.
no, they sink.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't have the
If you
froth.
can't have beans that like sit on top, then you did it wrong.
Yeah.
Then they just look like roaches in sewer water. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Sorry. I love everything else about you, Prank. I'll visit soon. But the espresso martini is a nah.
The sweet and sour cauliflower.
Oh, yeah.
Favorite.
I've never eaten. Well, no, I've eaten there once, but I haven't had that.
So good.
Yeah,
Pass
it is
by.
very
I haven't had
Never
that.
been there.
And dogs are allowed.
Nice.
Ooh,
I've drank there before, so I've seen dogs in there. It's a nice place. It's just I've never been able to eat there because every time I've gone there, they've been too busy.
They are
I
right.
think I went one time, and it was during a game. So everyone who was in the area had already went to the game. You know, you go to a restaurant that's
Yeah.
near a stadium,
And it just.
and it's
yeah.
just disperse. It's like,
Wait, can we please talk about this though?
What's that?
Sorry, we're totally.
No, this is how we do
Let's
it.
go.
This is how we
This
do
is very
things.
This is what
important.
we do.
This is very important to me.
okay.
So, baseball season's coming up. It's March Madness now. NFL is my favorite time of the year. Packers till I die. Go Pack Go. But also,
Learned something new today.
Wow.
Chicago Bears.
Hey, I thought I liked you.
You know,
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Your stadium looks like a fucking alien ship landed on top of some kind of like coliseum. Boo Bears. Boo.
it does. That's okay. As long as the Packers never make it to the playoffs, I'm happy. I'm happy.
Anyways,
I feel
What I think-
really uncomfortable now.
I know. I'm like really like.
I can't wait for the season to start now.
Yeah.
I cannot wait.
We're putting you guys in a group chat.
When
Yeah.
football season ends, I feel bereft because I'm like, what am I gonna do on Mondays and Thursdays and Sundays?
Yeah.
I have nothing to watch.
Same.
But March Madness, let's go UCLA.
Woo, woo, woo.
That's my best friend's team, so that's why I like it. But anyways, sports bars that have good cocktails
Oh, yes.
or sports bars that have good spirits. I don't even care about the cocktails. Just give me at least like a decent tequila or a whiskey to drink.
Yeah.
Like not have to make a reservation or but
Yeah.
you have the screen and you do the sound.
Yeah. My friend, he talks about it's like a unicorn that he's been trying to find throughout LA, a sports bar that has enough TVs with sound, good drinks, and good food. He has not been able to find it.
No,
Yeah.
I have
Oh, it
not
doesn't
either.
exist.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You guys haven't found it either.
I've
Okay.
been looking
Yeah, I've been looking.
everywhere. So if any of you have
Yeah.
a suggestion,
Yes.
please let
Yeah.
me know.
Just those three things.
With sports bars, they only ever have one of the three things.
Yeah.
One-
Yeah, no,
Either
that's what
plenty
I'm
of
saying.
TVs,
Yeah.
or good cocktails, not enough TVs, bad food, or good food, not enough TVs, bad cocktails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's what
You
he's
don't
saying.
get.
You
yeah,
can't get the
holy
triple
shit.
crown.
The Triple Crown does not exist yet. I have not found it.
Yeah.
Buffalo.
Great White Whale.
Just looking for that Moby Dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looking for that Moby Dick.
Hey. Ow, ow.
Sorry, I just had to take a tangent.
No,
I'm crowd surfing right now.
we always tangent, so it's fine.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Because Maki will stand there and watch a whole damn football game with me. But
Oh,
if
he
you
pays
drink-
attention because the whole time he was talking, he was looking right at you.
Yeah.
He was like,
Oh,
Yeah.
he knows what's up.
he's like, he was learning.
He's hearing.
Yeah, he was learning.
Like, where are we gonna go, Mom? Like
What party after this?
the party.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Tell
He beat you to it.
She did.
Oh, God,
Wow.
that was good.
It's all right.
Walk right into that. Oh,
Damn.
Next.
yes.
Oh, yes.
Oh, you were going to cue something
So
up.
what? Well, I was going to cue something, but I actually have had something that I've always wanted to. I don't want to say ask you about, but kind of
Ask me anything.
bring. Yeah, but I kind of wanted to bring it up because we haven't talked about it yet. And shit, why not do it here? I remember when I left Beauty, you were helping open another location,
Oh, fuck my life.
and then and then like right after it opened, you were like, "Peace, bitches."
Deuces.
You know, so not why you left, but I just wanted to say if you could talk about what it's like to help open a place, create this menu for this new concept and things like that, and you care about it and you want to make sure you do the best job that you can, but also saying like, you know what, all right, look, I'm gonna do the best job that I can to put you in the best position, but after that, I gotta go.
I did not plan to leave when I first started that. Like perfect storm of untenable circumstance where I had a very terrible, like the person that I actually answered to was pretty awful.
I can concur.
Yeah, you know.
I can concur.
But
yeah.
also,
Not the same person.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no. No, Cari was above them.
That's what I thought. Okay.
okay,
Cool.
let me put it this way without being like too terribly like revealing or
right.
whatever.
Yeah.
Wait, what are we calling it?
Redacted.
Redactive.
Yes.
Okay, so where I worked, redactive. The person that I answered to was acting in a manner that was unbecoming of a managerial position. And I had several servers and bartenders complain to me about their actions. And when I took it to HR, I was told, do not rock the boat from the company HR.
Oh. Oh.
Fucking HR.
So for me, the safety and well-being of my employees is like super important. Their well-being is like, if you have happy employee, like happy wife, happy life, happy bartenders, happy bar, you know?
Yeah.
So when I was told to not bring it up, raise the issue, escalate, that's when I was like, oh, I see. This company is not for me.
Mm-hmm.
It just, the values do not align with what I stand for and what I am working for and what I fight for every day.
Yeah.
So it broke my heart because I loved all of my people that we hired. I loved the training. It was a love letter for me to LA, you know? And a part of LA that I never ever thought that I would care about, West Hollywood or Hollywood or whatever.
Yeah.
But they still have my cocktails and
Yep.
my, like I did do what I do there. And there's still some of my bartenders there. So that makes me
Yeah.
happy.
That's cool.
So that's what's up, and that's all I care about. But it just showed me that this is not a company that I want to give all of my energy and resources and talent to.
Right.
Yeah, that was really hard though, because it took a lot of energy to do that project, and
Yeah, I remember
sacrificed
watching
a
it.
lot.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see you.
I know.
because I was there all.
I
the
remember
time.
there were a lot of times you'd come in and you'd be carrying like 7 things, and I'm like, how the hell did you even carry all of that? And why didn't anyone help you? And you're like, okay, bye. I gotta go next door to go do this, this, and this, and then we gotta go on location for this. And I'm like, how are you finding the time to even do all of this?
It was really rough.
Yeah.
And just the fact that the company is still in the very old school entertainment, like boys club, like entertainment first, not much about the quality of the drinks, which I was brought on to change, and That's the thing. But respect to them, they're like killing it. So how am I going to say they did it wrong? No, maybe I do it wrong because I care too much. I don't know. I don't know yet.
Their values are just in the wrong place.
It's just different.
Yeah.
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 It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm seeing that at my Redacted because they're making the women that work there a little bit uncomfortable with the changes to the uniform.
Oh, can we talk about that? What
Yeah.
is the uniform where you work?
So guys just wear black slacks and a black t-shirt and some shoes. The women there, they can wear slacks and like a black tank top. They were able to wear like a dress that was a little bit flowy, but especially when it got a little cooler, as cool as it gets in LA, they could wear like a cardigan or like a blazer over top of it. But recently they've changed the guidelines that they cannot wear cardigans or blazers.
You have to have a tank top.
Oh no, either a tank top if you're wearing pants, but like the dress with like all of the sleeves out. And then they also, if you work in the lounge area, you have to wear a black maxi dress that is like form fitting for
Do
like
they
this woman.
provide it for you?
I think they have to pay for it. Yeah, they don't provide it for them. No, they have to pay. Yeah, they have to pay for it. But then also on top of that, it's like the women that work there are saying like, "Yo, I'm a little uncomfortable with this. It feels like you're serving me on a platter." To these guys. No, they legitimately are.
I feel like it. They legit are.
Yeah, legit are. And I mean, my company has been sued many a times for this type of stuff. But yeah, and so like this is like a recent change in like the last like month or two. And so like the women are just like trying to figure out how to, I guess, voice it and like speak up. Like our regional director is a woman as well, and she doesn't seem to like
Because she
having.
probably gets the pushback like I did.
Yeah, and so like you have to
Don't
put your
rock the boat.
Yeah, and so it's just it's an interesting
And I
situation.
knew that no matter what I said, I wouldn't be able to defend them the way I wanted to.
Mm,
And so I was like, my values do not align with this company. I have to leave.
right. Yeah.
Sometimes you gotta rock the boat, make that motherfucker sink. You know.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Titanic.
Sink that fucking ship.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Oh, I want to know about sinking ships. Have you ever worked for a bar where you know it's a sinking ship?
Yes. Absolutely.
And yet you're like, I'm gonna go down with this
where we
bitch.
met was at that kind
the
of
bar
bar.
we met at, where we were working together.
I want to hear this story so bad.
So it was in Phoenix, Arizona. Sports bar, kind of divey, whatever.
Yeah.
Right off like the freeway and shit. And even when I started working there, I'm like, okay, this is definitely just a starter bar.
Yeah.
For sure. Like,
Starter bar for sure.
like it just, no matter what they tried to do, it never really popped off unless there was like a game or the owner's husband came through with like his clients because he was like, he owned a boxing gym or whatever. So, and then we would have to comp everything. And of course they wouldn't tip. And it got really bad.
when the owners bring the friends and then they don't tip and they're like,
Yep.
just
And they treat you like
Yeah.
shit.
and
yeah.
and the place was we do have to also say one thing. The place was a shoebox.
Yeah.
It was terribly small. It was
really
so
tiny.
when
It was
was it
about
drinks
the
only or drinks and
it was
food?
it was drinks and food. The kitchen was about what 40
No, I shit
feet
you
from
not.
the bar.
The kitchen is where the stage is,
Yeah,
and the
it
rest
was-
of the bar is with the bar top included.
Yeah.
Was like this entire space.
And it had maybe 4 tables on the inside and like 4 tables on the patio
Yeah.
outside.
Goddamn.
And so
no, I
when
think about like 6 small tables.
oh
and
yeah
like
yeah yeah
4
because
booths.
it wrapped around.
Yeah,
It was
But
a dive bar.
it was
dive bar, sports bar.
Yeah,
What
but
was your number one selling thing?
Fireball and Patron.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It was as
Oh.
Yeah.
what's like.
What is the age range of people there?
So
Are they
hold on,
21?
that's what I'm trying to say. Like,
18?
yeah.
no,
wait.
that was the point. Like the owner would bring in, his trainees,
Yeah.
but also his homies. So you're having these guys who are like mid to late 20s up until mid 40s, but who never grew up.
God.
And you're going to this little place, and then so when the owner would bring in people
You were
into
Neverland.
this shoebox, he would bring in about 10 people. It only sat like 30.
So that's your night right
That's
there.
your night. So if
treat it
they
like
didn't
their
tip,
kickback.
you
No
made
tip,
zero
nothing. Yeah,
money
and
But it
you're
got
giving everything
all.
away.
And
It
if,
got-
and if a woman walked in, they would make them feel completely uncomfortable.
So they would walk the fuck out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if, like, bless you,
Bless you.
depending on which one of the
Isn't-
people was working that night, they would harass the staff. Depending on that.
And it got really worse when the owner suddenly became concerned about how much money she was losing. So then what she
Oh,
did
the owner
was
was a she.
yeah.
Yes.
So and then her husband would bring in all
Oh,
of it.
gotcha,
So
gotcha,
the owner, I guess, whatever. I don't know whose money was in it. It was her name on the bar. So, she added controlled pour spouts on top of the bottles that pour exactly an
Wow.
ounce.
exactly an ounce.
Oh, I
Exactly
seen
an
that
ounce.
shit in
And-
Utah.
But she
Yeah.
would sit next to the bar the entire shift.
Wait, did you have the ring?
It had the it
Little
was
ball?
The, yeah, it had the
Yeah,
metal ball.
had the
on
metal
it.
ball.
Once it hits like an ounce and a quarter, right?
It would, like, stop her.
Great.
But she would sit
20
there and
minute
watch you
ticket
pour
time.
everything.
20 minute ticket time for 3 drinks.
Yeah.
So then that made almost all the regulars go away because prior to that, I got to know some of the regulars. Like
You're
they like
little over pour.
yeah,
little
because they would be
splurge.
like, they want that
Yeah,
much, and
sure,
said it
sure.
was okay. She created that environment for that to be okay. So
Yeah.
then once I had to start cutting back, and he was like, "Yo, can I get some more on this?" I'm like,
Wait,
"Look,
what was
man,
it? How old were you two when you were working?
I was 22, maybe. I was like legit my
Yeah.
first bar.
Baby P.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I was 32. I'm 10 years older than
Yeah.
him.
I was like 21, 22.
Yeah.
That was my first bar job there. Like,
You know what's
I had been in bars for a
insane?
couple years.
He's 10 years older than you. I'm 10-ish older than you. I feel like I'm looking at my grandson. He's my bar baby. You're my bar grandbaby.
I'm just a stepchild.
Yes, Rob is my stepchild because I'm into this. I love this for us. So misfit family right here.
I love to say that the service industry is just a band of misfit toys.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
Tis.
I really
But
feel that.
we
about
all care. Well, the people that I care about what we do.
it. Exactly.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
And there are different ways to care about it, and there are different times to care about it in different ways.
100%.
I don't do as much R&D anymore because the majority of my creative energy goes to this. But just because I don't do R&D anymore doesn't mean I don't care about hospitality the way that I always have, or don't care about the guest.
No,
And
this
then there's some
motherfucker
people-
executes. I can give him a recipe and be like, "Bop, bop, 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 these are the new specs, do this," and boom, he does it. I know that for sure. I've seen it. I've done it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I really
He
appreciate that.
is amazing.
I
And
appreciate
also, no matter what kind of customer he gets, as difficult as they get, he's just like, okay.
There was a rough couple months there. Back in 2023, I have a few Yelp reviews. I did still smile when I said it, though. Just what I said probably wasn't the most customer service
No,
friendly
like
thing,
I said,
but I still smile.
No. I collect bartenders the way that people collect Pokemon. And I do not collect shitty bartenders. And he is one of mine forever and ever and ever.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
To kind of go back a little bit, I was talking about this with some friends yesterday at the bar, that every bar I've left has closed.
Yeah.
So I started working at this restaurant called Tess. Worked me to the fucking bone.
Wait,
I got-
Tesla's closed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Worked me to the bone. Eventually left, and then maybe like a year or two later, they closed. They closed like last year, I think. Went to Beauty in Essex. The GM that took over completely screwed me over. Got sick of it. Left.
Yeah.
And then they eventually closed.
Can we like sidebar ask who was the GM when you were there?
We'll tell you off camera.
You guys have talked about her for 3 years.
Well, I've never said the name.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah, we've never said the name.
Oh,
We're
then I
trying-
already fucking know.
And then, they know.
I already fucking know.
Yeah, you know who it is.
Doesn't take
And then I
much.
worked at Here and Now over here in the Arts District, and then
Also, already fucking know.
Yeah.
it's not that they were bad. It's just I felt like what they were asking me to do. I was like, okay, I'm not that invested in bartending. I don't want to become like a director. I'm doing this to get paid, and I'm gonna give what I can.
No,
here.
that was lofty ambition that never worked.
yeah.
Yeah,
Left
yeah.
there eventually, and then they closed last year as well. So I'm still here at High Tide.
Yeah.
Better
And
not
I love
ever
it here.
fucking leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I love it here.
Yeah.
So
Who got you at High Tide?
you got me at High Tide and Here and Now. You got me at both places.
Exactly.
But like the first time when you leave a place and it closes, like, oh, okay, just
Yeah.
bad business. The second time it's coincidence. The third time it's like, all right, I'm like the fucking plague for these
Yeah.
places.
No.
I look at me as like, I'm a person too. Like, you treat me good,
Yeah.
then we're good. We have no problem. But if I feel like you're overworking me, underpaying me, and doing too much, then I'm gonna leave. So I feel like I am like an omen in a way. Like, hey, treat me good. We're good. If,
Yeah.
if you force me out of here, nothing but bad is coming
Yeah.
to you
Ooh,
because you have
he is
shitty
like a
business.
talisman.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. I'm 3 for 3 right now.
Forebearer of like how bars are gonna go.
Yeah,
Jesus
Not just
Christ.
3 for 3, 4 for 4.
yeah.
Because I also can say the same distinction as well. Because remember when we worked at the Lucky Strike in Phoenix, it
Yeah.
closed in pandemic. So every bar I've ever left has closed as well.
Yeah.
And I think like that's why like last year when I was planning to leave Fight Club, they were like, "Yo, you better not go nowhere."
They thought the locust.
We've heard about you.
They've heard me say that before. Like, yo, every
They thought
place
the
I've
locust
left,
coming,
it
frogs
closes,
falling
bro.
from the sky. They're
Yeah.
like, oh shit, we got it. All right, let's listen to the
Yeah.
Messiah now.
And I have had guests come back into Fight Club recently because they'll be walking by and they'll see me.
Crops started
And they'll
growing
walk
again.
in and they're like, yeah. I literally said this to one of my coworkers recently. I was like, nature is healing.
Yeah, swear to God, we're like a pandemic for
Yeah.
shitty
Holy
places.
shit.
Regeneration.
Yeah.
If you're a shitty place and you see one of us coming, you better tighten up and
For
figure
real.
it
Tighten
out.
the fuck up and get your shit
Yeah,
together.
because if
Yeah.
not, then once we leave, it's like that's it.
But
TikTok.
but that
Fucking
leads me back to
locusts.
something that you both had said earlier, and you had talked about like happy wife, happy life, and happy bar team. and happy server team, everything. And I feel that that goes into what we have always said here is that management, ownership, like the upper levels are so important because before I got to LA, I didn't care as much about bartending until those first few years that I worked here because that like really the first year because I went from Nathan McCullough to you. And so for me, I felt like very spoiled in how I learned about bartending in LA at that time because I'd never thought
I didn't
about
realize
those.
that I was your like after Nathan.
Yeah. I literally went straight from Nathan to you.
Because you were new, right?
Yeah.
You like.
Yeah,
It's
I had
like,
been
we have a new
bartending, but
bartender.
not bartending the way we do out here. You know, like
Yeah.
it's a different level out here. I'm sorry, it just is. And I didn't know how good I could be because I never tried to be good. Never
Right.
had management or
I was
leadership
like,
that really
This fucker has
believed
that
in
hospitality heart. We're gonna make him good.
you. I really appreciate that, and that's something Nathan said too. It was one of the reasons he told me he took a chance on me because I just moved out here. I flew out here just to go into Mescalero, RIP, and ask for an interview because I looked at the place and I looked
Wait,
at
you
photos.
literally flew out here for
I flew out here
that?
just to try to get an interview at Mescalero.
Damn.
And I was just like, I see
I
this
didn't know. You
place.
never
yeah.
told me that.
Yeah, I don't think I've set it up here before actually.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
I'm shooketh.
Yeah, I wanted that job so fucking bad. Just from looking at photos and reviews and seeing the way that people talked about it and looking at the social media, like I felt the vibe of that place. And
So
I
how
was,
do you feel about it now that it's kind of like
I'm
I mean,
hurt.
when's the last
I'm
time
so
you went there?
well. The one downtown closed, and when it did, I never went to the Long Beach location anyway. I never felt that connection to it. You know, the way I would hear about it was always different.
So it was the downtown one that you came
Yeah,
for.
yeah.
And then it
I
just,
came specifically for that location because to me, I only want to work in a place that I can believe in, and
yes.
so
Soul of a bar.
yeah,
Yeah.
it
Soul
matters.
of a bar is very important.
It
Yeah.
really is.
Every bar needs to have a soul, and if you don't, I don't actually believe in you.
Yeah. You're just whipping up drinks. But like you're not really like building like experiences for people to want to buy into and come back for.
Or
Yeah.
a legacy.
Yeah. Legacy.
Or like something where like people can have memory. Like, because remember, as bartenders, for me, I always think we are building memories for people.
Yeah.
You know, like first dates, or somebody just passed away, or it's a birthday, or
Anniversary.
celebration, or whatever. We build memories. The experience that our customers get from our interaction with them is everything.
Yeah.
It's everything for them. It may be nothing for us, but if we fuck it up, it ruins it for them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's heavy.
It makes me did you ever watch The Bear
Of course.
show? Okay. They haven't, so I don't want to give too much away.
I saw
Whenever
the first season.
It's very anxiety inducing.
Yes.
That's why I had
That-
As
to
a
watch it.
hospitality professional, don't watch it.
Yes.
Yeah. I
did
can't.
you watch the second season?
Yes.
Okay, so there's a scene where the character Richie is like polishing silverware, and he's like, "Dude, what the fuck?" And the other
At
guy's like,
at when he does
"At
his
the high
stage.
end, yeah, yeah," and he's like, "It's not polished." He's like, "No, it is, whatever." And he's like, "Outside," and then they're talking. He's like, "I don't need you to believe in it. I just need you to respect me." And he's like, "You really drink this Kool-Aid?" He's like, "Yeah, I do, because I care. I love this shit." He's like, "Every time people come in here, he's like, we have to be on our shit. People wait. We have a waiting list of this," and then he's going through this whole thing. He's like, "But the main point of it is that we have to be on it every single time. It's
Every
Super Bowl
single
every day,
person
every
that
person."
comes through the restaurant, because our first customer that comes in right when we open is waiting for an experience.
Yeah.
That middle customer that comes when we're like 8 o'clock rush is waiting for an experience. That like very, very end that walks in like 15 minutes before we like close kitchen or close
Yeah.
bar, waiting for an experience. Every single time has to be fresh
Yeah.
when you give them that experience.
So like I know my thing is always like the way I talk my shit, but I still kind of hold the value like you don't have to like be all about it, but you do have to respect it. If your coworkers are in on it, like he told the character Richie, like it's like I don't need you to love it. I just need you to respect me and respect everybody else. Respect the
if
people
you
that are
decide
about
to
it.
work there, fucking drink the
Yeah.
juice
Right,
and do
right,
the
right.
thing.
Yeah.
If you don't want to work here and you want to work at a dive where you cannot give a shit, absolutely, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know there are places like that, and there are places for everybody, right? But anybody that works at my bar, you better fucking give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be there, you gotta do it. You gotta give 100%. And if you can't, then you have to leave. Which is why I removed myself from here now, because I'm like, I can't do what they're asking me to do. I left.
Respect. Yeah.
I left. I was like, you know what? I tried. Maybe I would change my mind, but creating my own orgeat, I was just like, dude, I don't want to do this. I don't care that much. I don't. I didn't. I came here and I'm like,
That's
I
why
fucking love this
removed
place.
myself from my whatever redacted
Yeah.
bar
Yeah.
corporation because I'm like, if
Came
you're
to
not
this
gonna-
place.
If
it's-
you're not gonna protect your employees and you're
No.
gonna tell me not to rock the boat and like not protect the women in my company,
yeah.
deuces.
If I gotta make my own stuff, it's not for me.
Yeah.
And I love this place because it's simple, it's easy, it's quick, it's efficient, and the owner kicks ass. So I'm like, I love here, and I've been here for less.
Do we know where we are right now? We are at High
We're at
Tide
High
in
Tide.
downtown
Good old high tide.
It's
Get all the
amazing.
High Tide. Yeah.
Can we cheers to High Tide?
Of course.
Cheers to high tide.
I don't know where
Cheers.
Brandon's at. I think he might be.
I don't know where
busy.
Brandon is. Brandon is the owner, but he's dope. He has a beautiful bar.
Absolutely.
Yeah, more people need to come here and
Yeah.
Amazing DJs, amazing dance space, amazing
Yeah.
bartenders. Because
Amazing ownership.
P is here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to kind of say something on that whole person that you were talking about. I still remember one interaction that I didn't have with them because, like you said, especially when I worked there, I knew you got to be on, you got to have your customer service. So I was doing my thing, and we were training a bartender that day, and this person was sitting at the edge of the bar. And that person was telling me, during their, training shift, oh, I've bartended in, Germany and Japan and all these different places. And he really did say it in a sense of like, I'm getting used to how you have to bartend here in America. It's a little different, but I kind of want to still do it because I've done it for so long, but I'm also in real estate. He's like, let's see. And he was kind of where he was with Here and Now, where he's like, I don't love this level of it, and I got to travel like an hour to get here. So I don't know, man.
Where was he living?
I can't remember. It was 3
That's
years ago
another
now.
thing. In LA, to get to like Hollywood, West Hollywood,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the worst.
yeah, it is.
If you do not like to drive, like just don't do it.
Exactly. And so this person was already saying like, yeah, I don't know if I'm going to come back here after the training, but I'll give it a shot. I do like the people here and the guests have been cool so far. And they had only the shift had only been going on for maybe an hour. So they still were getting acclimated, and we had them running production so that they can get acclimated to the, cocktails as well. And this person started berating them because he didn't refill their water fast enough. And he was like trying to joke with them, like trying to say like, hey,
I
I'm
need
sorry.
water.
Well, no, the person training was trying to joke back like, oh, I'm sorry, man. Like I just, it's, my first day and there's just so much going on. Like I heard him say something along those lines, and that person responded like, I don't care if it's your first day. This is hospitality 101. And he's like, come here, look at this glass. This glass is less than half full. Cause I started watching him like, why? Cause I barely knew who this person was. I knew they mattered, but I was like, this still feels a little
Much.
over the top
Yeah.
for
That's
for
a much,
water.
much.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
just really, really laying into him. And so dude responds like, dude, we have a problem here? Like, cause he's like, I was just
It was that aggressive.
yeah, he literally
yeah.
responded back like, do we have a problem here? He's like, I'm sorry. I was trying to serve you and trying to joke with you. It is my first day. I don't understand why you're so upset. And the dude was like, no, this is bullshit. And then he called over one of the managers and started telling them this and
Ew,
that.
I know who
and
you're
I was
talking
just
about,
like,
and I wasn't there, and I didn't protect you guys. I'm so sorry.
it was so crazy. It was one of the most awkward situations because after it all happened, the dude came over to me. He's like, "Yeah, today's gonna be my last day."
Yeah. After that.
Is that
And-
beauty?
Yeah, it's at Beauty. And I was
what
like,
you're
are you
talking
going to finish the shift? He's like, nah, yeah, I'm going to finish the shift. I'm not going to leave you hanging. I'll finish the shift. He's like, but I'm not coming back.
It's gonna be a no
not
for
if
me.
I get treated like that.
Yeah.
On,
Gonna
be a no for me,
within
dog.
he's like, I've
Yeah.
only been here for 2.5 hours. Like,
Yeah,
it was an
that's not
hour of
okay.
prep.
That's not okay
open.
ever.
At the end of the day, no matter where you work at, no matter who you work for, my thing is always I'm a human being before that. You know, like I don't care what level it is. We're not in the fucking military, so treat me like a person first. The way that person was spoken to, not okay. They could have approached that in an entirely different way. So treat me like a fucking human being first and foremost. That's the thing. Talk like don't berate me. Don't
Yeah.
punch down. Talk to me. Tell me like why is this no, that's so yeah, no, fuck that. Fuck that shit. He handled that way better than I would have.
People forget that your title only matters when I'm on the clock. And the moment I decide I don't want to be on the clock anymore, we can both punch out.
And then see you in the parking lot, motherfucker.
Absolutely.
Freedom of speech is not freedom of consequences.
No, it's not. Not at all.
Clock ain't the only thing getting punched out, right?
Beep beep.
There you go. There you go.
Dang it.
So I also remember there was a time where this is the only time I've ever done this. I did it like once or twice afterwards because that person contacted me again to help them out. But we did like a mobile bartending like teaching class to corporate people. And it's one of those things that's like hard for me to explain how that happens or goes about because I just kind of was in it one day because I remember
I
you
just
hit me
called
up and you're
you
like,
up. I'm like,
what are you
come
doing
with me.
today?
Yeah,
Like, I'm like, all right, I got
Oh,
you.
shit.
And then
I'm
the
gonna give
next
you
month,
money. Let's go.
250, I'm there. And then it was like,
250 for like 3 hours.
yeah, and I had fun.
And
But
you get
the
food
next
and
time-
fed and
yeah. And the next time I did it, I had to go alone, but I still had like no info. So I got there and I'm like walking up to an office building and it just looks like whatever. I can't find the number I'm looking for. And I'm like, hey,
Yeah, it's-
I'm supposed to be bartending for you
Hectic,
guys.
yeah.
Are you ready for me?
Wait, are you like a clown at like a fucking
Just
birthday
wait,
party?
no.
100%.
Oh, for real?
When
literally
you
walk up,
when you
you're
do these
dressed.
kind of like corporate events,
Yeah.
because a lot of like businesses just do these like fun like happy
Yeah.
hours where they're
Team
like,
building.
Team building.
yeah,
Yeah.
where they invite a mixologist and then like like
better than a
people who are,
pizza
like,
party.
free for alls or like like I did consulting, so like people passed that business on to me.
Yeah.
That's why I got Fernando into it because I was like, they were like, do you need a like a backup bartender? And I was like, fuck yeah. And then of course he's always my first ask because he's the man. But it's just different. You have nothing set up. They don't even know what the fuck.
No.
It's wild.
It goes from email to application.
Mm-hmm.
But not everyone in the room knows about the email.
At all.
It's like, all right, what
So
are we
you
doing
roll
here?
in and you're like,
Yo, you
this
got
is
a
what I brought. And then
Yeah.
you make it work.
you got a cutting board? Nah. You got
All
a
right.
knife? I got
You
a
have
plastic
limes,
one.
lemons? No.
You got a plastic one. Where's the alcohol? There was one. I was like, "Where's the alcohol?" They're like, "We don't know." They're like,
But I
well,
will say this.
I wasn't told to bring any.
It's good money.
It
though.
is.
It is.
It is so much fun.
It's so much fun,
teach
too.
these
Just making it work.
corporate
These, these are people who don't know cocktails.
No.
Yeah.
You know how fun it is to introduce people who don't know cocktails to cocktails?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when they make it themselves, they're like,
I did it.
Oh yeah.
oh my fucking God.
I could do this.
Yeah.
I think I could do this.
Yeah.
No, you can't.
Yeah, but some of them would come up with something, and it would just be so much fun to put these people into groups and be like, go make up a cocktail. These are all your ingredients. Whip it up, and it's just fun to watch them be like, oh, this shit is way harder than I thought when I sat down at a bar because you're like, oh, you just surprised me. It's like, all right, now surprise me.
But you know what I'm saying? Is these like millennial office buildings, they're little like break rooms that have all of the,
Oh yeah,
their fridges are
I don't
stacked.
understand why
Really?
they want to work from home. I'd love to go to the office.
Oh my God. They have
Yeah.
every refreshment under the sun, every snack under the sun.
It's
I can
nice.
walk in with a bottle of each spirit and like fucking cocktail the fuck out of it.
Hell yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, a lot of
It was a lot of fun.
mixers, a lot of ingredients, fresh shit.
Yeah.
Like when I was in the office,
Like tech
working,
companies and shit,
I
right?
didn't have
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah, you're literally in a
I had no
one of
fucking
these
snacks.
big old multi
Had to bring your own chips.
office buildings. You're on like the 16th
Cappuccinos,
floor
coffees, like whatever you
Oh.
want, whatever you
Yeah.
want, whenever you want.
with a view.
Sparkling
And then they got
water,
full
sparkling
kitchen.
flavored waters, full kitchens, fridges.
Better than apartments out here,
Yeah.
bruh.
Yeah.
Like,
Who
serious.
Funding this.
I worked at the wrong.
Why
office
do
then.
you want to work from home if that's where you work? Like I
Some
wanna
of
go to the office.
some of those places that are not how they are now don't have that, so they much rather work from home.
Yeah, I
Or
get
they can
that.
make a cocktail
I
at
get
2
why
p.m.
they
for
want to work
lunch.
from home.
Yeah.
I get why they want to work from home.
Yeah.
I do
Well,
get
the
that.
I
people
did
that
it.
can afford cocktail services as a team building,
Yeah.
Yeah,
They
got the
money.
snack room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
just
they
saying.
got the snacks in the break room that you don't have to pay for in the vending machine.
Right.
But I also wanted to talk about it because there was this way that I watched you command the room through entertaining them. Like you just, it's like teaching a seminar, teaching a class, and you just see all these, people in their suit and ties, and she's just standing
You
in
gotta
front of them
loosen them
talking
up.
about a cocktail and just the way that you would break it down. Like I just would love if you could kind of explain to them
So this is the
what
thing.
goes into that for you.
We are industry professionals, sure. So we can talk like super nerdy to each other.
Yeah.
But for our customers, they don't give a fuck about any of that.
Yeah.
They just want to have a good time. Remember, they're coming to your bar, to your restaurant, to your establishment, maybe to try and get laid, to celebrate something because they had a bad day, whatever. So that's really what they're there for. So if you try to overanalyze anything that you're doing, I get it. Be proud of anything you created. But know that everybody else doesn't need to feel that way about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's really just about engaging people and letting them know that when they walk into your space, they are taken care of. And that's what, and they are taken care of, they are seen, they are accepted.
But
That's what anybody ever wants.
That's a bar.
Yeah.
bar.
Yeah.
Because I feel that way even in my own, like, how do you identify yourself? Like that's always a hard question. But I happen to be a woman of color. I look a certain way, so I get a lot of weird stuff. Forget about that. But I also, identify as queer because, like I'm bi, whatever, that's fine too. But also, I've never been married, don't have kids. These are my children. And my bar babies are everything to me. And bartending and hospitality is everything to me. So I just try to keep that in mind every time I approach anybody or
Yeah.
any bartender and just know that what I'm trying to do is create a safe space for my employees and for my guests.
Hell yeah.
And I love this one so much. And when I collect Pokemons, like when I collect my Pokemon bartenders, they are mine for life.
It's her starting
And-
team.
You guys are mine for life.
Thank
I'm
you.
sorry, I didn't mean to get so
No,
emotional.
No, that was
it's okay.
beautiful.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
being
beautiful.
dumb.
No, thank you
No.
for sharing
I'm
that.
not an emotional person, but yeah.
Thank you
like
for sharing that. Thank you for
this
sharing that.
has kind of brought it out, really.
No.
Because I care so much about our industry. And
Yeah.
if we don't proliferate true hospitality, I don't know, you can order from a robot bartender and get your cocktail.
Oh, they're trying to replace us.
Yeah.
They have that
Yeah.
in Vegas.
You will not replace us.
Yeah.
They have that in Vegas.
No, I've seen it in Vegas. I've tried it in Vegas. And I got the most horrible drink ever, but
We've talked about it on a couple episodes, many episodes ago, where it's like if you guys, because I think Tesla was coming out with like a robot
Yes.
bartender, or whatever. And I saw a video when we talked about it. It's like, okay, yeah, you can have that robot that's just gonna do whatever you want to, and you don't have to tip it. That's fine, but then you don't. The robot's not gonna remember you as a regular. You're not gonna get that regular discount or here's a free shot. No, it's gonna be like, what
or
can I
like,
get you,
hey,
sir?
when you walk in, I'm super fucking busy. I know that you want this, so I'm just gonna like put this in front of you while I'm waiting on all of these other people, and then I can take your action.
You remove the
Yeah.
human element, and
Yeah.
then you just get automated like everything
I
else.
will say this. I am a religious person for sure. And to me, the bar is the last bastion of social interaction.
Yeah.
You can order anything online now.
Absolutely.
But to go to a bar, people are going there for a reason to celebrate, to have fun, to grieve, to be sad, to find some sort of interaction, to find connection. Everybody's hoping for that. That's what we, as bartenders, we are the caretakers of that. We are the people that can actually conduct that whole situation. And
Yeah.
that's how much you have to care.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, then you won't be able to connect people who are on the other side of the bar.
Yeah.
I've mentioned this before. Like, bars and bartending is one of the very few like professions or anything that can outlast time, or is mentioned in every source of media ever, like fantasy, sci-fi, whatever.
Beginning of
it's-
time.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
there's always like bars, and a bartender is like the one profession that can fit in any realm, in any universe, in any space and time. Like, because that's
That's where you go to meet people.
that's where you go to meet people. It's not an accountant. It's not
This is how you
fucking
have actual true social connection.
yeah.
Yeah.
And which was really hard during pandemic. So a lot of the bartenders that came up during that time don't have that skill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so now we criticize them like, oh, you have no hospitality. No, that's not their fault. They just did never get any training on it. So that's my goal in my life, my mission, to really like proliferate actual true hospitality and like what we're doing. And I think LA is one of the best. I love our bar culture here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's definitely
Yeah,
definitely
I
wonderful.
really love it. And
Yeah.
I love what you guys are doing here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It brings
Yeah.
me to tears, honestly. Like 3 men of color, like honestly, amazing, amazing, amazing. And you all work in the bar still,
Yeah.
and you're all experience that day to day, and you're just trying to give a voice to our industry and to people of color.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I can't be more proud. Hi, your mom.
No,
I got way too emotional.
but I'm gonna be honest. Like I go through waves of like how I feel about bartending, and the last hour, however long we've been here, has literally juiced me up for at least the next year of bartending.
Yeah.
Because it, like I want that. And I feel that way about like hospitality and giving people a place where they can come and
We create
be
the
celebrated.
space,
Yeah. But like sometimes you lose sight of it and just the muck of
In the minutia.
of dealing with like managers that are caring about corporate stuff, or dealing with guests that just treat you like they wish you were just a robot. You know what I mean? But just like hearing your energy and your passion for the hospitality and like what it means to you, and it resonates so fucking much with me, that it definitely is really rejuvenating me and energizing me to keep going. So I feel the emotions with
Rob's
you.
ready to clock in right now. As soon as we're done, he's like, I'm gonna go work right now.
I'm here
Yeah,
with you.
no,
To
I mean, you are all my Pokemon bartenders. Like, I'm collecting this shit, you know?
Gotta catch a phone.
You need anything,
Yeah.
you let me know.
I will.
Like, this has been the most, like, rejuvenating, reinvigorating, like, I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Sorry,
you.
I'm like,
No,
too
no,
emotional.
no.
Thank you very
This is
much.
perfect.
No,
Thank
I'm
you.
so proud of you, and I think what you guys are doing is very important.
Thank
So
you.
keep on keeping on.
But also, like, cheers to you for that, because everybody that any of us have ever spoken to, we mention your name, they're like, "Oh my God, I love her. I've known her for this many years. She's great. She's
Yeah.
everything." Anybody ever says anything about you, it's always like how fantastic you are. When I mentioned that you were going to be on here, and Brandon was like, "Oh yeah, Cari, known her for 15 years. She's fucking awesome. I love her. She's great. This and that." And so every time your name is brought up and people are like, Cari? Yeah, she's cool. She's great. Like, it's always great things. So I think that just goes to attest to your character and the person you are, and the impact you've made
Yeah.
here in Los Angeles. Like you have made
I love
such an impact. You've made such an impact. Like you were the person here.
How do we do
So,
this? Yeah. I don't know.
but yeah, you are the person, and people recognize
No,
and
but
appreciate you.
I would very, very, very much love to get the industry perspective out there in the universe. So, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Instagram. Let's go.
yeah.
This
get
is
it.
not just for people in the industry, but also for people who are curious about
Absolutely.
the industry and like what we as hospitality professionals think about y'all as customers
And each other.
Yeah.
and each
So,
other.
Speaking
Yeah.
of
Yeah.
which, we haven't done this in a while, and I really wanted to bring this back. So,
Bring it
how
back, bring it
about
back.
we have your? Let's close out with
Red flags?
your red flag.
I was thinking it. I was thinking it.
Yeah,
Were we all on the same wavelength?
yeah. We
Yes,
haven't
we
done
were
red
all-
flags in so long.
Yep.
Start,
Yeah.
start with P.
Mine. Okay, so we do red flags about customers and red flags about guests.
Is that
I would
not
s-
the same thing?
Customers
Can be.
and
Coworkers.
Co-workers.
Jesus.
Coworkers, red flag, yes. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Depends on the shift, I guess.
one of
Yeah.
each. One of each.
All right, so coworker red flags. Any new ones? I would say not necessarily a red flag, but more like a pet peeve red flag. Is just maybe people that don't plan their schedule accordingly. So they are like, I can't make it to this shift because I'm doing this or I'm working here. It's like, you know, we got a schedule. You should check it, even if you aren't updated. I know I've preached about it, like, hey, if you change my schedule, let me know. But like, we know it's not going to happen. Like that's a case to case thing, I guess. So just check it sometimes, I guess. Like if you haven't worked in a while or you're not sure, like just check it. Don't expect the person that's making the schedule to reach out to you and be like, hey,
Are you coming?
yeah.
Are
No,
you
like check your schedule. For guests, I would say recently we had an event here, and sometimes your money just can't buy everything because there's just certain things you can't do. We had a guy a couple weeks ago that was like, yeah, I have this client, this artist that wants, can he smoke his hookah on the bar? I'm like, in my mind, I thought, absolutely the fuck not. I'm like, I think the owner's around here. Go ask him. He's like, well, how much would it cost? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, oh, I could give like 500. I'm like, it's going to be a lot higher than that, buddy. First of all, you can't smoke tobacco indoors in the state of California. So it's going to be a lot higher
Yo,
than
if
that.
we get shut down because of you,
Yeah.
that's like a fucking $200,000 fine.
So like, go
Oh,
talk to the owner. He's over there. So sometimes, it doesn't matter who you are. Sometimes your money can't buy everything. So if you think you're the shit, yeah, you're not.
Douche tax.
You
Hashtag douche
yes.
tax.
Hell
And he still told them no because I think they were offering like 1,000. It's like that's way too little for what comes with that. Like, fuck,
Yeah.
you're not
With the
that
fines,
you're not
yeah.
that cool. And then I actually saw him. He was smoking a hookah out there, and he was just sitting there with his glass.
I've
just
never
kinda
known
being really
anyone
fucking
need a
cool.
hookah that bad.
Dude, he was
Go to Atlanta.
He was
Like,
so
drink a fucking
cool.
cigarette.
Now I
Smoke a
don't
fucking
wanna.
cigarette.
Yeah.
Like,
He was
why
so
hookah?
fucking cool. He
That's
had his
very
shades.
particular.
He had his
It's
very
very particular.
dark shades at nights, and he had his chains and his Gucci tracksuit. He was so fucking cool.
I'm not gonna be racist. But
He was so cool. Oh no, he was Latino for sure. This was I'm not gonna. I guess it was during Capicoa's Dominican Independence Day celebration they had here, and like dude thought he was just cool. He thought he was cool.
So cool.
He was so cool with his dark ass shades at nighttime.
At nighttime, yeah, that's my
Now
favorite.
he's cool
When they walk
outside.
in,
Yeah.
when it's pitch black.
Yeah.
With the
Stunning.
Stuck.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a big fan of always needing eye contact, but I do have a problem with someone who's trying so hard to avoid it.
but also you
Yeah.
could just not make eye contact.
Yeah,
Yeah. You don't
but I
want eye
mean, like,
contact.
what are you trying to hide that you're looking at?
Probably that
that
they're
you
fucked
need.
up. That their eyes are like,
You're staring, or you're
At the
staring
party?
at, or
Like,
staring
they're just
at
so
people
fucked
too.
up.
Like
Yeah.
that's uncomfortable too.
Yeah, it's also
like
weird.
you wear sunglasses so you can just stare at people all night. It's
Yeah.
just really
You're
fucking
weird.
It's a bit
man.
weird.
you're weird.
So you
Don't
can
be a weirdo.
curvy all night.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't fucking like that. I don't like that at all.
That's what it is. It's wanting to be pervy all
Yeah.
night.
Yeah. In the shadows.
What's yours?
For guest, it's an oldie but a goodie. If you're probably not going to tip that well, you don't need to flatter me and telling me how good I am at my job. I don't know. It just feels like backhanded when you spend the entire experience telling me, "Oh my God, you're so attentive. Oh my God, you're
Oh,
this."
appreciate
that,
you, bro.
So
Appreciate
much.
you.
Yeah, you really on it, and thank you for the drink
guy's the shit
recommendation.
right
Da-da.
here.
Oh, you're so good.
Y'all better take care of him.
And then like a 3% tip, and you're just kind of like, all right, cool. All right, I'm gonna go fuck myself. But yeah, so that's a bit of a red flag. A coworker,
I know you got some.
I always got them. The coworkers that just you always have to tell them to find something to do, like, and it's like that little dead space, like after the lunch break, before like the happy hour, and it's like we're trying to do transition, we're trying to make sure that we're set up for the night, and like I'm always finding stuff to do, either like go get side plates, go get utensils, let's refill the soy sauce or whatever, and like they see me running back and forth trying to like find stuff to do, and they're just like against the bar, just like,
They don't ask what they can do
The
to help.
lead.
yeah, the lean. Yeah, I don't want to say the phrase. I hate the phrase.
Yeah, I hate the phrase.
Tell
but
me.
I mean,
Say it. Do it.
You got time to lean. You have time to clean. I hate
horrible. I know.
I hate the fucking phrase.
I feel dirty for hearing it.
You said what?
But it's
feel
true.
dirty.
I feel
for hearing
dirty.
That's just true, though.
It's true. Yeah. And there's one particular coworker I'm thinking about right now, and they just always just kind of, when it's dead space, I think it's how they wear when they're bored or when they don't have something to do. It's the arms crossed,
It
or
looks
just kind of,
boring.
yeah.
So anybody that's in the vicinity,
Yeah.
like any guest that's left over,
Yeah.
can tell.
Yes. And then a lot of times what happens is I'll be on production, and then somebody from their section, because they're taking care of like the wood, like they end up pulling me over to be like, hey, so do you know if they're going to actually get my drinks? Because they just are bored. And I'm just like, I'll just add it to my tickets. Like at this point, it just, yeah. And so, yeah, to be
I
looking
want to
bored
meet this
and there's
person
people
so
that-
bad,
You
but
said
I
what?
don't. I want to meet this person so bad, but I don't want to go to Redacted. But I've just heard
Wait, but
so
can we have
many
a date
people.
and go there, because I've
Yeah.
never been.
Oh yeah, we can.
Can
I
we
got
go to
gift cards
Redacted?
that I never
Like,
use.
The three of us.
Yeah, here you go.
And
That would
like,
be fun.
when he is there.
Yeah.
That would be. That'd be a lot of
Me
fun.
and- that's
And
crazy.
then,
Right
and
out
then
the
film
bar.
right after.
That's crazy. You've never actually seen me bartend. Well, you've seen me-
Neither of us have seen you in action.
No.
I have legit never seen you or you bartend. I have seen this one
Yeah.
bartend, and
Oh,
he's
that's
amazing.
crazy. That's interesting.
You've
I never
seen
think
me
about-
behind the bar. You've seen him behind the bar.
You guys
but
have
neither
never
of us
seen
have
me.
seen you behind the
Wow.
bar.
Yeah, no, I haven't.
gotta-
We
the
I
one
feel
time
like
I
this
walked
needs
into
to be a field
Redacted.
trip.
Yeah, let's pop that bubble.
The one
Yeah.
time I walked into Redacted, you were at the front door. I'm like, motherfucker, ain't you
Wait,
supposed to be
are you
behind the
a
bar?
I sometimes am the server.
You
Oh,
do
yeah.
all- Oh, you do all
It was just
things.
timing. Yeah, it was just timing.
I
It
do
was
other
just
things.
funny that.
Oh, yeah.
I
Oh,
just,
when I
the one
pushed-
time I
when I
walked
pushed
in,
her out the
and
way.
he's right by the front door, and he's like, out of my way.
But that means you are multifaceted.
Oh, I'm all over
Yeah.
the place in there. Yeah,
You do all of the things.
all the things. All the things.
But no, I've just heard so many people talk about this person, so I just want to see them. I just
We
need to
need
see their
to.
face.
Okay.
I'm done.
I've heard
We're going
three
to
different
visit
people.
Yeah.
Rob
I've heard
at
three different
Redacted.
people.
Come through. Come
Three
through.
different people have
What, you
told me
do
the
lunch
same
service
story.
ever?
Usually lunch.
No, I'm not trying to pay for that parking shit.
That's fair.
What's,
Carpool. Or Subway's right there.
Yes. Subway. If you take the, we'll come to get
Good.
you on
You
the
pick
train.
me up,
Yeah.
and I'll go with you.
Yeah.
Well, we got to go to Bun Graze anyway. I haven't been there in so long.
We need to do a podcast from there.
I think they're down. We were actually really trying to set something up before the end of
Totally.
last year, and then we just got busy.
No,
He
that
goes there
place is
more
the
than me.
bomb.
I do
yeah.
go there.
That
He
place
goes
is
there.
like the
Yeah.
most delicious. Bun Graze in
Graze
Little
is
Tokyo,
fucking- oh my
downtown
God,
LA.
it's so good.
Yeah, shout out
Shout
to
out.
Neil and his family.
Shout out.
Yeah, shout out to them. I want to gatekeep, but I don't.
No, no
That
no
place deserves it.
gatekeeping.
It deserves business.
No.
Yeah.
Everything about those burgers are top notch.
Yes.
Oh my god, the best. Bungraze.
Bun
Go.
Graze.
Go Go or
What's
be not.
Do yourself a
what's your
favor.
red flags for customers and coworkers?
No, I want him to.
Yeah.
Oh, you want to go last? Okay, cool, cool, cool.
I'd say I'm gonna start with guest first because this was something that happened on Saturday night.
Oh shit, it's fresh.
Yeah,
Fresh.
yeah,
That's a fresh,
Fresh
wound.
yeah.
What happened?
We're mind
That's
melding.
amazing. I love that. I had this one guest, and he knows who I'm talking about. It was this one lady, and she came up,
God.
and I think she thought that her drink order literally was supposed to be a relay race because she would come up and give me like 2 or 3 drinks at a time, and then walk off, and then come back. And I'm done with other drinks because I'm fast as fuck, boy. And she's like, "Oh, those are done. So can you add 3 more?" And I'm like, "All right, cool." So now I've gone from 1 person waiting to now 2 people waiting.
Yeah.
She comes back again, and now I'm at 4 people waiting. And it just kept stacking up. And I was telling him about how I've had to learn to fix my face.
It was
to
all over his face.
Yes, but
Oh,
I've worked to get to that level. All right. Because the way that place can be sometimes, because I have people who will come up like an hour before that. I had someone literally waving his hand in my face. And I'm like, you just walked up to the bar and you see me making
That's where you just gotta
Yeah.
high five him. Just give
And
him a
I'm
high
just
five
like,
and walk the fuck away.
Nah, bruh. It was too aggressive of a wave. It was
Yeah.
a hidey ho. And it was like,
ho.
no,
It was
bro.
this.
It was literally, he went like
Oh,
that. And I'm like,
shit.
motherfucker.
Is this the
Come-
rainbow?
Your shirt is the same color of my hair. I can see you. but they just did it so much, and I just was like, I just would do that move with my eyes and kind of like, all right, and just
Crazy
like
eyes.
instead of a nostril flare, it was just an eye flare.
Oh, shit.
But it ended up working out because eventually she handed off the baton to someone else in her group. But when she did, that particular person who I've seen before, cool people, like he knows that I know what's up.
Yeah.
We know, no.
Yeah. And so he's like, yo, can I add? And I literally like I put my hands down and I just went, he's
Arthur.
Like, he was
Arthur
like, bro,
fist?
yeah, he was like, bro, I'm sorry. He pulled out 60. He was like, look, that's for you. I know this has been an ordeal. I'm
What the
sorry.
fuck?
He's like, I'm sorry. Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. But he was like, I'm sorry. I apologize for, the way that this is all gone down.
Yeah.
And you've always been cool, this and that. And I was like, all right, man, cool. You want to do a shot? Yeah, it's that easy,
Yeah.
So my
It
red
is,
flag.
just little
Yeah.
respect,
That's
Yeah.
a little respect.
Yeah.
That's all.
So that-
little acknowledgement.
Yeah, so that goes from red flag to green flag, all in the same
I love
thing.
that.
Because she was the red flag, not in a bad way. She was nice. She tipped well as well because I did see her tab when she closed it.
She's trying to get what
Yeah.
she want, when she want, how
Right.
she want.
Right. But if you have a group, bring the group. What is up with everyone sending a representative for 18 drinks?
Or
Wait,
oh,
one
you got a
order
tray?
on a sheet and just hand it to the bartender.
Something.
I prefer the representative though. I don't need everybody.
No. I'm saying a representative for
Going back and
18
forth.
drinks.
Oh.
But then they're like, can I get a tray? Where are all your friends?
Actually, I'm
Oh,
with you.
yeah.
Yeah,
I want one person.
but bring them, but
give me
have
the
them come up
whole
and
fucking
collect their
order,
drinks.
but not like one at
Right,
a time.
right.
Have them
Yeah.
collect their drinks. For
One
sure.
one representative to make the order. But I'm saying they sent this motherfucker on a mission. Like, I have come from a faraway land and I need these cocktails.
She's
to
the
take
Frodo
back.
Baggins of the group? Like-
bro, I got to take them back to my people.
Getting the
They're
fucking
starving. Like, they're dying over there, man. Bro,
Like
they're
she comes back with the final drinks. She's like, it's done.
The ring is complete.
Louis.
yeah, that's
That's
yeah.
called Zelda's point.
You got the one drunk like my precious, my precious
Oh shit.
coworkers.
Oh, can I actually also throw another red flag up there? Just
I love
a
red
co-flag.
flags. Tell me
Just
all of
just a
them.
co-flag.
me all
Stop touching our fucking garnishes, guys.
Oh
Please.
man.
I know we shouldn't have to say this,
Ugh.
but we keep having to say this. And I have watched so many people dig their fucking hands into the garnishes. Why?
We're gonna fucking say this. We are not Sioux Plantation.
Oh God, no.
We are not Sizzler. We are not a buffet. Keep your hands out of the fucking garnish. Just if you want extra olives, absolutely. I will like pick you 10 olives on a fucking garnish.
Got you.
No problem.
Got
But
you.
please do not dig for it yourself.
Yeah.
It's just simple. It's just gross.
Not every place makes their staff ring in every garnish. I'm talking to you, Redacted, that makes their places ring in their garnishes.
No,
but
whatever you want, you get,
Yeah.
but just don't touch it.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, don't touch
but
it.
you know,
Nasty
just
ass
ask me
hands.
for it.
Yeah.
I ain't paying for it. I'm not gonna charge you.
No.
Cool. Give me a minute. I'll give you the garnishes.
Look at this bitch's nails. We don't have nails.
Yeah.
You know what? I cut that shit to the quick every
Yeah.
day, so it's hygienic. I wash my hands 1,000 times a day, so
Yep.
that shit's hygienic. Because
Yeah.
if I'm gonna touch your garnish, it's gonna be clean as fuck.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
keep my nose clean.
Keep
Yeah.
it clipped.
I have to. I hate it for myself.
Yeah.
I mean, I cook a lot already, but just I don't. I've seen someone put something down and their nails were dirty, and I'm just like,
Yeah, nah.
But also at your place, you have a copper-ish metal metallic bar top. and
Yes.
A lot of that's already kind of
grimy.
we clean it all the time.
Yeah.
yeah. But I get it. I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
But the smell of the metal
But it
does
doesn't
linger on
mean
your hands.
just fucking dig into the garnish.
Okay, that's gonna lead me to my red flags of coworkers.
Ooh,
This is gonna get probably a lot of hate.
let's go.
Oh, let's do it.
We love hate.
All right.
He lives in it.
I am a
Bask in
woman,
hate.
and I feel like if you are behind the bar as a woman, the long, pointy, crazy acrylic nails,
Hey, redacted.
long hair that like dips into the ice,
Ooh,
Let me scoop that.
and like your hair's in it, and all these type of things. Like wear whatever the fuck you want. I don't give a fuck. But tie your fucking hair back, and nails should be cut to the quick because that's hygienic. Also, please, men, women, do not wear cologne. Wear really good cologne if you are. I mean, wear really good deodorant if you're like a bo smelly ass motherfucker. But if you wear very strong cologne, if you wear very strong perfume, it ruins the entire experience for your guests. We are here for our guests. My whole life is unscented. I have unscented soap, unscented laundry detergent, unscented lotion, just to make sure that all of my guests get exactly the experience that they should get. So if you are very serious about being in hospitality and doing the hospitality thing, like, just know that that's what you have to do. Right now, my hair is down. Never behind the bar.
yeah.
It would be tied up.
I always keep my hair up.
Nails cut to the quick every day. No nail polish. No like weird junky stuff underneath. Unscented deodorant, unscented shampoo, unscented clothing, all of that. Because that's how seriously I want my customers to have the best experience. And that's how I provide it. I'm a bit extreme, for sure. So you don't necessarily, I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this and me like, oh, but nails are like our thing or whatever.
T is what a T is.
I mean, maybe, but like hair shouldn't be a garnish.
Yep.
No, nobody want hair. Nobody want hair in their cocktail.
Or the little gems that are decoration, that shouldn't be a garnish either.
No.
On the nails.
Or like,
It's
if you
cute,
have
don't
to-
get me wrong,
If you
it's
have
cute,
to
but-
do something on the side of your fingers because you can't do it like front on,
Or if you ask your coworkers to open bottles for you.
Oh,
or if you can't run a cart because you can't pluck it out with your
yeah.
nail.
That's. Come
I'm so
on.
sorry. I'm sorry. Like, if you're in hospitality and you're very serious about it, I'm just saying these
You gotta
are
be
the
conscious
things that we
about it.
sacrifice.
You got to be
Yeah.
conscious about your. Like,
I care about my guests
accessories.
more than I care about my aesthetics.
Yeah.
Plus, there's a time and a place for everything.
Sure,
you know,
sure.
sometimes it's just like, okay, well, if you want to get those nails, get them at a certain length and do it at a time. We're not working a lot of shifts, and don't spend $300-$400 on nails and then be like, oh, well, I just
That's
have
how
to
much
have
nails
them. I spent
cost
so much.
nowadays?
Nails
Yeah.
are expensive,
Oh,
bro.
yeah.
They're
Yo.
expensive as hell.
Nail techs and barbers are like charging.
Oh, no,
It's-
barbers
No,
are going.
no, baby. It's for women, nails, and then extensions.
Oh yeah.
Because trust. Most of the women that you see that have like the most beautiful hair, that's fucking extensions, and that shit's like $1,500 a pop,
Damn.
and that's every 2 months. And then nails are every month, every four,
Unless they
3
chip or
weeks.
break.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Which happens behind the bar.
Which happens
Yeah.
behind the bar.
Excuse me, I've had people like fucking their nail fell off in the ice, and I have to burn the whole shit. If you're very serious about hospitality and you care a lot,
Yo.
that's just, keep your shit close.
What's your red flag for customers?
What's that?
Red flag for customers.
Customers. I don't have any red flags for customers.
Okay. That's. I don't think I have a sound for that. You know what?
What?
No, I do.
Like, I'm not prepared for that
I do.
Oh, no. Okay, I lied.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. We got one.
It's like the pervy men customers who are like, see like a small, I get it, I'm small, I'm Asian, whatever, and then like do weird pervy stuff as like an entrance. That's a red flag
Yeah.
for me.
It's a high red flag.
Yeah.
Very, very red flag.
Like
Yeah.
I've had people approach me and been like, will you be my Asian princess? And I'm like,
Oh,
like-
God.
oh my God, I want to break you.
God.
Oh, my
Damn.
God.
Not in the way you're
very
asking.
scary. Yeah.
Like-
And then also it's like, are you real? You look like my fetish dream.
No
Oh,
fucking
Jesus
way.
fucking
No
Christ.
fucking way.
This is what it's like to be a woman of color in this industry. It's very weird.
That's gross.
Yeah. So
What's
that's
wrong
that's
with
kind
y'all?
of a red flag, right? Like
Yeah.
pervy, rapey stuff.
That's there's many flags.
Other than that, I'm like pretty good with everybody. Like, be particular, ask what you want, when you want, whatever. But
What you really,
be
really want.
grumpy, be shitty, whatever. But if you're pervy, that's kind of hard.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's just
'Cause
weird.
I don't know how to. I don't know how to.
Wait, hold on. I do
react.
have a sound for that.
Bows. Wop, 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 wop. That fuck 'em up. Wop, 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 wop. I'ma do my stuff.
That's the vibe that I got from
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
That's the
Gee,
vibe.
that was perfect.
Yeah.
That's the vibe I got from that.
That was
Fucking
great.
weirdos. Respectfully, kill yourself.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I ended
No.
on that note.
No. That's
Wow.
Actually,
great.
disrespectfully.
Well, I didn't have one for coworkers yet, so
Oh, coworkers.
I can do
yeah.
one for coworkers, so we could like close it out.
Yeah.
I'd say for coworkers, my main red flag lately is just do your job, please.
Your level is so low. You're.
the bar is in hell.
No, I mean
I
like
feel so sad.
Just
The
like-
levels
I mean-
are so low.
Clock in and do that thing we pay you to do.
Yeah. Diego, go give me
Yeah,
that
I
because
got
that
you.
made me really sad.
yeah, I'm sorry. It's just
What the?
but I mean it I mean it from the standpoint of like, yo, look, we all knew what we clocked in to do.
Yeah.
And I get that there are times where not all shifts are the same as well. Sometimes you get people who they can work at a bar, but they can't work a certain shift.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And it's
Yes.
just like, all right, well, if you can't do that, then ask not to work that shift. And don't say you want to work that shift because it's a money shift when you're not pulling your weight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you
I
mean
get-
like a Friday, Saturday night?
Yeah, I
Right.
mean, well, anytime it's busy, someone who works a brunch
Usually-
shift where it's
yeah,
busy,
daytime.
but they're like, oh, well, I know you make money on brunch, so let me
Brunch
work
is my
brunch.
favorite. Brunch is my favorite.
Right. But then they go in.
I don't know why bartenders hate brunch shift. Because honestly, as long as you know that people want what they want, when they want it, as soon as they want it, because they got a lot of plans.
Right.
They're
Yeah.
trying to go to the museum and
Right.
do a hike and bop, 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 bop. But if you just give them exactly what they want, when they want it,
Yeah.
boom, it's money, money, money.
It's pretty
money,
fast
money.
paced.
didn't
I like
have
a brunch
problem
that's
with
busy.
Yeah,
And
I
then it
didn't have
ends
a
at
problem
2,
with brunch.
and you're like, peace, I'm going
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
I didn't have a problem with brunch. What I had a problem with was closing the night before and having to open the brunch.
Flipping.
Because
Beauty and Essex.
because it was always supposed to be scheduled that if you're closer,
You don't have
you're
to.
not supposed to be the opener. You
And I know
you
beauty-
can close this night and then be the brunch closer.
And I
Yeah.
know
Okay, fine.
that
I'm the closer.
bar that you opened at,
Yeah.
that was a rough one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
that brunch was rough.
Yeah.
That was party brunch.
It was really rough,
old
especially when
beanie.
you were dealing with the same crowd the night before.
Yeah.
And now you're dealing
back
with them hungover and on a sugar rush.
Douche tags.
Yeah, it was just a lot. So it's like, okay, it's not that brunch was a problem, it's the scheduling that's a problem, you know?
Yeah. And
Like-
that's why, as like anytime you're in for any of you industry people who are out there, if you're in a managerial director, like operations, whatever, like position, please keep that in mind
Yeah.
Yes.
for your bartenders.
Take care of your people.
Take care of
And
your
then they'll take
people
care of your guests.
first. So
Yeah.
my actual ownership group we're trying to flip the script where for us, our employees are number one priority. Number one priority is our employees. And then our industry around us. And then it's our guests.
Yeah.
But like I said, happy wife, happy life. Happy bartenders, happy bar. Just do it the right way. Take care of your people. Always protect them.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know how
no, that's the bar.
Yeah. I mean,
That's the bar.
But that's where you get the guest service that you're looking for.
Yeah.
When you take care
If you
of
have
your
happy
people.
employees and happy bartenders, happy servers, happy barbacks, your guests will feel that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have happy guests, you have returning guests, you have regulars.
You don't have to tell them, "Hey, smile in front of the guest." No, because they're already happy to come to work
They're
because they
having
know
fun.
they're respected, taken care of, and will always be okay.
They can't wait to come in.
Yeah.
Like, that ends up being fun. Like I want to, you know what I mean? Like you want to go to work, you want to work
Yeah,
with
I
those
want my
people that
bartenders
you,
coming to be like, "Yeah, I'm
excited.
fucking going to work. I'm gonna make some money. I'm gonna meet some cool people,
Hell yeah.
and I have everything I need."
Yeah. Remember,
Ready to
you're
go.
working in a place that everyone wants to come to. Like, you know, we've said, you're the fun factory. That's what everyone's coming there for. So you want to be able to reflect that so that they keep coming back. The only way to
100%.
do that is by having, you know, a happy staff, because then your guests will keep coming back and they'll remember your employees' names and they'll always want to tip, and your employees will always want to work there. They'll bring in other people that they like to work with, and then you won't have a problem with your staffing and your hours and your schedule because everyone there will be happy and they'll want to work for you. Like, you want people competing to work for you, not you just putting on Craigslist posts that you're not going to actually respond to about job openings because you can't get any qualified applicants. Yeah, guess what? Because none of your employees are saying like, "Hey, I know somebody." Because that's
Yeah.
how I most of my jobs, other than the Mescalero one, was one that I knew from someone else I worked with. They're like, "Hey, come work with me over here." You know, that's where I'm at currently. It was a job that one of my coworkers, shout out to Fish, he was like, "Hey, you want to come work with me over here?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I trust you. So if you're telling me this is a place to work at, then yeah, I want to work there." And I've been there for 3 years. So that tells you something.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, Cari, do you have anything you want to leave the people with? Anything that you're working on or want to promote or talk about as an ending note? Something that
Well,
wanna leave
it
the people
is International Women's Month.
yes.
So,
Shout out to all the women.
Shout out to all the women in the industry who have to fight twice as hard to get legitimacy and recognition, and to know that we are doing what we're doing because we are skilled and not just for your beautiful selves, which you are all beautiful, but happy International Women's Month. And if there's anybody out there who needs an ear or a shoulder or anything, please reach out to any of us. We're all here as people of color, as bartenders, as industry professionals. Myself, I truly, truly, truly care about our industry. And I want people who care about our industry in the industry for the long run. So, again, I'm collecting Pokemons. These are all mine now. So if you need help or any sort of aid or at all, please reach out to me. I am on Instagram. I I'm everywhere. Like, just find me. Yeah. We love you.
We love
Yes.
you.
Thank you so much,
you.
Thank you
Carrie.
so much,
so much for
guys.
coming
This
on.
was
Thank
so
you.
fun.
Yes,
Great.
it was.
Thanks
And
for letting my dogs.
of course.
Of course.
The paw tenders,
Paw
The paw
tenders.
tender.
The bark bath.
bark backs.
Pot.
They were really good though. They didn't
yeah.
bark the whole
No,
time.
yeah,
They didn't say
oh.
nothing. I mean,
Very
he's
good.
just chilling.
Just
yeah.
elegance.
Super chill mode.
Pure elegance over here.
He's waiting for his arf.
Oh yeah. And if you are looking for a wingman, he's out for rent. Trust. Like this one attracts the
It works.
ladies
There you
or the men. Yeah. Anybody.
Okay, well,
All right.
And remember to like and subscribe. And as always, cheers to
Cheers to
the
the
stats.
stats.
Like and subscribe.
yeah.
Industry perspective.
Yeah.
You could say he gets through the rough shifts.
Where's the beep? Where's it? Wait, what's the